All right, well, we are basically at the beach now. I'm just getting ready to get situated to get some parking around here. I like to come out to Santa Monica. Right now, it's not too crowded, um, but there are several other beaches out this way. But I like to come out here because I like to get a chance to just chill, decompress, let my hair down. You see, I got a lot of hair to let down, to let it down, and to really think. Okay, even as I've been driving out this way, I haven't talked about this issue really to anyone in a long time. So when you start talking about loss, you start going down a path where you have to deal with emotions, and those emotions are real, especially if there's someone that's really meaningful to you. And the people that I've just shared with you that I've recently lost, those were meaningful people. And as you're dealing with your loss, it's meaningful. Because if it wasn't, it wouldn't mean much. But it means something to you. And I want to share with you how I dealt with what I'm dealing with. Now, right behind me, I'm not sure if you can see it, but you kind of see those lights. I see the lights right now. Every time, I'll be honest with you, every time I see those lights, now it looks like this may be a fire truck. But every time I see those flashing lights and I hear a siren, it immediately takes me back to the night when they came to, when they came to get my mom. And I will never forget that. Every time I see flashing lights, it's like a trigger. Okay? So we have those triggers that hit us in our lives, and those triggers can immediately take us back to a place in time, just like a song. You know how you hear a song sometime, and that song can take you back to your childhood, or take you back to a date, or take you back to a good or bad place in your life, and you have those memories. Same way when I see those lights. They came in that night when they came to get my mom. My mom was a fighter, and she was still with her little feisty self, trying to be that strong woman, but her body just wasn't at a place to really handle anymore what she was dealing with. And it was time. So I know I may be rambling a little bit right now, but just still with me as I process this information, because I want to share with you, and I'm sharing with you from a very real place. Real stuff, real issues, and just dealing with loss. So as I was saying a little earlier, anytime you start talking about issues like this, you start digging up emotions, and emotions are very powerful. And I've tried to learn as best as possible to embrace those emotions. I don't always do a good job of that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But to really feel what I'm feeling, and to let that feeling, and to let those emotions, to feel the emotions, not to be numb. I know what it is to be numb, to act like you don't have those feelings and those emotions, and bear them so deep. You can bear them so deep that's like you walking around as a zombie. And I've been a zombie before too. So I guess what I'm saying is that as you deal with those various emotions that you're dealing with, and whatever loss you're experiencing, my suggestion that I found helpful was not to try to completely bury them, but to feel the pain, to feel the experience, to go through it. Go through it. Sometimes that means shedding a tear. You know what I mean? It's beautiful out here today. It really is. So loss. So how do you deal with it? How do you handle it? How do you cope with it? Where do you start? Let me give you the first bit of advice that I have. For you, I don't know. I don't know. I don't honestly know where you start. Like I told you earlier, I am not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not any of those things. I'm a human. And we humans are complex creatures. There is no one size fit all. So where I start and where you start may be completely different places. And that's okay. That's okay. I know a lot of people sometimes try to have a one size fit all. One size does not fit all. You know, there's so many different sizes, so many different ways we are, so many different upbringings, so many different lenses, so many different experiences that we've all had. So I can't tell you where to start. I can't recommend that you do start, though. I can recommend that you do start. Start the experience wherever it makes sense for you. And that may mean for you, this experience may be this experience may be the beginning for you. I don't know. Going for a long ride by yourself may be the beginning for you. I don't know. Writing a poem may be the beginning for you. I do not know what that is for you. But like I said, my hopes for you are that you at least start and recognize that this is not a race. This is not a marathon. This is more of a marathon. This is not a sprint that you just get through what you're going through. There's no one size fit all. This is not a race that you can compete and get through quickly. This is you dealing with your emotions, and you're gonna have to deal with these for the rest of your life. And the experience may change over time, but you got to go through it. You got to go through it. So let's get to the beach, and we'll chat some more. Know that I'm pulling for you. I know it's tough. I know.